Those three things are very, very important, very crucial. Whenever you see anybody great in life, they have those three things. Whenever you see anybody who is a successful leader, they have those three things. Whenever you see anybody that is rich, greatly rich, doing well in whatever businesses or profession, they have those three things. Whenever you see any successful achiever, political leaders, spiritual leaders, economic, financial, business leaders, they have those three things. See what the Bible says in that Proverbs 3:15. By me, kings reign. That's all. By wisdom, kings reigns. King reign. King rule. By those three things, every successful king reigns. What are they? One, wisdom, understanding, and discretion. That's my topic today. Wisdom, understanding, and discretion. If you study your Bible very well about wisdom, if you study wisdom without understanding, if you study anything about wisdom and you know nothing about discretion, you haven't learned anything. Can we go to the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 12, from verse 1 to 7? If you want to be a good and mighty, powerful preacher, a powerful, profitable, successful pastor, a profitable businessman, a profitable politician, a profitable and successful person in life, you need wisdom. Look at this prophet. From verse 1 to 7 we are going now. And Samuel said unto, is that 1 Samuel chapter, 2 Samuel 12 is 12, not 1. 2 Samuel 12, 2 Samuel 12. 2 Samuel 12. And the Lord sent Nathan. Nathan was a prophet, we all know that. Unto David, and he came unto him and said unto him, there were two men in one city, the one rich and the other poor. Verse 2. We are going to verse 7. The rich man had exceeding many flocks and herds. Yes. But the poor man had nothing save one little lamb, one small sheep, which he had bought and nourished up. And it grew up together with him and with his children. It did eat of his own meat and drank of his own cup, and lay in his bosom, and was unto him as a daughter. Verse 4. And there came a traveler unto the rich man, and he spared to take of his own flock and of his own head, to dress for the wayfaring man that was come unto him, but took the poor man's lamb and dressed it for the man that was come to him. He killed it to entertain his own guest. Yes, verse 5. And David's anger was greatly kindled against the man. And he said to Nathan, as the Lord liveth, the man that has done this thing shall surely die. And he shall restore the lamb fourfold, because he did this thing and because he had no pity. Verse 7. And Nathan said to David, thou art the man. You have 4 wives in your house. 4 in your house. And there are many virgins on the street. And they are not enough for you, king. And the only wife of Uriah, Bathsheba, the only wife, your own servant, fighting war for you. You left all your 4 wives. You left all the ladies in the whole street. And that wife of your servant is what is next. And you took that lady, impregnated her, and killed the husband. You are the man. You will see preaching today, no wisdom in presentation. You will see people today dealing with their neighbors. No wisdom in dealing. Wife lack wisdom in dealing with husband. Husband lack wisdom in talking to their wives. Everybody cause confusion. Everybody getting angry and frustrated. If Nathan has entered the palace as a righteous man, as a prophet of God, hearing God's voice, gra, 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 say, you king, you are an adulterer, you are a sinner. I'm telling you, at that particular moment, David will cut his head. He has entered with sanctimonious righteousness and holiness because he's a prophet. To confront David at that particular point in time, he will never come out alive. At that particular point in time, David was ready to kill any man to cover the secret. But the man had wisdom, even though he had directly from God. He presented the message with wisdom, understanding, and discretion. Many of you are having problem where you are working because you are too conscious of the law and lack wisdom. You are too conscious of your rights and lack wisdom. You are too conscious of whom you are and you refuse to act and talk in wisdom. You are too conscious of your righteousness. You are too conscious of your faithfulness. You are too conscious of your holiness. And you ignore wisdom. Because you are right does not mean you should behave and talk without wisdom. These are one of the most causing problem, stress, anger for people. These are the things causing people trouble. And they will say, because I am good, that's why they hate me. They didn't hate you because you are good. They hate you because you lack wisdom. Many of you do good thing in wrong way. You say the right thing in a wrong manner. You are correcting. Truly you are correcting. It is true. You are correcting what is wrong. But you are doing the correction in the wrong way. Instead of getting desired result, you are getting wrong result. Am I communicating? Look at how the prophet presented the story. He has prayed for presentation. He did not come because he was righteous. He's a man of God. I have done this. I am holy and so on. This king is a bad man. Today he will see. He will hear me. That's why we can't win souls. The way we approach sinners, the way we talk down on them, the way we talk to them as if they are condemned criminals, harden them more. Am I communicating? Let's see another one again on the area of this wisdom. 1 Kings chapter 4. Remember the chapter 4 from verse 24. It's a story we all know. Those two people, prostitutes, living together, and one of them got pregnant. Chapter 4, verse 24. Where they slept with each other, one slept on his own son, and the son died. And he cleverly and cunningly and craftily, one thing that people don't always buff me in the church, I have seen people that are cunning, listen to me, people that are what? Cunning, crafty, deceptive, hypocritic, who want to present cunningness to you as a wisdom. I have seen people that are deceptive, who want to present deception and craftiness to others as what? Wisdom. That can only soul to those who have no knowledge. There's a lot of gap between wisdom and craftiness, between wisdom and cunningness, between wisdom and deception. I have seen a lot of crafty people, a lot of cunning people that are claiming to be wise. Cunningness is selfish. Craftiness is selfish. Deception is evil and for selfish purposes. Wisdom is righteous. Wisdom is not selfish. You cannot be dribbling others and claim to be wise. No. Am I communicating? And so when they brought their children, the one that have the dead son, hang on to the living child and hold him tight. He's my son. He's my son. And they brought themselves before Solomon. That was Solomon's first judgment. Remember, Solomon asked God for wisdom and understanding. You remember? To give me, if you have wisdom and understanding, you can be a poor man. Many people are poor because they lack wisdom. Many are poor because they lack understanding. Many are poor because they lack discretion. Let me tell you, you can never be a rich man when you are stupid. A foolish person that lacks wisdom can never be rich. Let them dip you in the drum of anointing. Let us pour the anointing America upon your head. If you are stupid and foolish, you can be rich. Let every bishop, every pastor lay hand on you. It takes wisdom to make money. It takes understanding to make money. Not only prayer. Since you have been shouting money, have you got the money? Have you got the money? Am I communicating? They brought this person to Solomon. And because he has wisdom, see the judgment. For he had dominion over all the region and said, no, what are you giving me, brother? 1 Kings 4:24. For he had dominion over all the region of his side, from Timnah to Avasa, and over all the king's side, and 25. No, this is where we are going. Hallelujah. All this guy gave me is not the first king. Let me cross-check my Bible. Oh, it's chapter 3. It's 3, not 4. Chapter 3, 24. And the king said, bring me a sword. And they brought a sword before the king. 25. And the king said, divide the living child in two and give half to the one and half to the other. 26. Then spake the woman whose living child was unto the king, for he had Boaz yarn upon her son. And she said, O my lord, give her the living child, and in no wise slay it. But the other said, let it be neither mine nor die, but divide it. If they divide the living child, will anybody own it? In Yoruba language, I will interpret for you. Someone that is deadly corrupt, looking for a partner, a loser, wishing everybody to be a loser. The woman had lost her own son, and she wished her also to lose her own too. She said, yes, that's right. Divide him into two. So let all of us mourn together. There are people you relate with that is the mind they have. When they are poor, they want everybody around them poor. When they are wretched, they want everybody around them wretched. When they are failure, they want everybody around them to be a failure. When they are backward, they wish everybody around them backward. When they suffer, they wish and desire that everybody around them to suffer. That's why you should be careful in when you are relating. Another one said, no, don't kill. When the child grow, he will know his mother. And Solomon said, yes, 27. Yeah, well, then the king answered and said, give her the living child, and in no wise slay it. She is the mother thereof. 28. 28. And all Israel heard of the judgment which the king had judged, and they feared the king. For they saw that the wisdom of God was in him to do judgment. Can you see that? That's why that Proverb 8:15 has a meaning now. By me, by wisdom, king reigns. Did he abuse the other wicked woman? No. Did he utter any bad word upon her? No. But everybody in the palace know that day that the other woman, she's a wicked woman. But nobody uttered that you are wicked. That is wisdom. Wisdom will guide the way you handle your affairs. Wisdom will guide the way you handle your homes. When you carry wisdom, you don't become excessively selfish. You don't become what? Excessively selfish. When you are thinking of your prosperity and your own joy, you think of others too. That's wisdom. But where it is only your own joy, your own happiness, your own peace, your own this, your own that, you start applying wisdom that others too are human beings, they have feelings. We scatter things. And when they talk to you, say, it is my right. It is my right. Because it is your right does not mean that everything you do is right. Am I talking? Proverbs 3:13, chapter 3, verse 13. We have seen two places here. Remember the case of Jesus? When the Pharisees came to him and said, we want to collect money for tax. Is it good to pay tax to the government or not? Because you are a spiritual man. Wisdom guided him at that particular moment. He knew that this question was a trap to set him against the government, to put him in trouble. The question is a setup. If you are not always patient when you listen to situation or listen to words, you will always misbehave. That is one thing I saw in this country. When people know they are right, they don't listen to that thing again. They don't consider any other opinion again. They don't think about any other person again than being right. They don't want to know the problem, the situation that they are right will put others. As long as you are right, you don't think of the right of any other person again. But when we are driving, we don't do that. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom. Wisdom, if you begin to apply wisdom to the things you do, you will always be happy. Most of breakage in homes, loss of job, being fired, my leader doesn't like me, my supervisor hates me, my manager is bad, my this is wrong. This is only because we lack wisdom in most of the things we do. Happy is the man that findeth wisdom. Happy. And the man that getteth understanding. Happy. You'll be happy when you handle things with wisdom. Can I go on? Then I come to the area of understanding. Do you know that you don't acquire understanding in the college? Understanding is not a thing you buy at Walmart. Understanding is not a thing that anybody can hand it over to you. It is God that gives it understanding. Exodus chapter 31 verse 3. You know, most creativity come through understanding. Most invention come through understanding. Majority of the progress we have ever seen in life come through understanding. Majority of the prosperity you see people enjoy come because they have certain understanding which you don't have. Knowledge does not mean understanding. You may have knowledge and lack understanding. Many people have certificate but they lack understanding. They are certified for a certain profession, but they lack understanding. When you have understanding of your profession, you attain the highest position. I have seen one thing on this earth, in this America, people work for living. Many don't work to prosper. People work for what? For living. To meet up the bills, the car note, the insurance. I'm fine, I'll be fine. The consciousness that I want to prosper, seriously, you can prove me wrong, is not a majority. The consciousness of willingness to prosper is not a majority. You can prove me wrong. That is my study. People work for living. So if we should now come here and say you must prosper by every means, and you are not willing to prosper, you know that if you work for living at a certain age, government will take over again until you die. So many of you don't desire to prosper. If I am wrong, forgive me. That's my personal opinion. I can be wrong, forgive me. You must be willing to live above living, to earn above living. From the moment and the day you begin to dream and desire to earn beyond living, you will begin to see door open for you. How can I be earning money to live? To pay house rent, to pay credit card, to pay car note, to pay insurance, to pay Comcast. Who else again? And after the whole paycheck, nothing remains. I can't be happy like that. Eh? How can that be enough? And I have filled him with the Spirit of God. In what? In wisdom and in understanding and in knowledge and in all manner of creativity, workmanship. When you carry, your understanding is the phone you are carrying come about not by knowledge alone, by understanding. This phone is working by what? Is there any wire linking the two? No. To ordinary mind like us, this is a mystery. But to the technicians, to the inventors, it is understanding. They know the basic rules of how this microphone is connected to the main source, how it talks, they know. But me, I don't know. To me, it's a mystery. To them, it's understanding. Any business you do that you only have the basic knowledge of how to function there, and you don't have the understanding of how the business is run, you will always be an employee. Am I talking like this? If you don't have the understanding of how certain things are run, how they are organized, you will always be a worker for somebody else. It is anyone that no understanding of how a certain business is run that can run it. It is one thing to have the knowledge of accounting, knowledge of storekeeping, knowledge of how to stock the everything, but you don't have the understanding of how the company is run. When you don't have the understanding of how something is run, how can you manage it? And when you are employer, you are errand boy or errand girl. Employee is an errand boy, errand girl. Go and bring this. Go and carry this. This patient, stay with him. When they poo-poo, remove napping. How to clean him, how to fix tube, how to fit this. That's the only thing you do for 20 years. How can there be understanding? If I offend you, forgive me. Job 38, 32, verse 8. That's how many of you are programmed in this country. May God save you. That's how you are programmed. You don't think above that level where you work every day. You do the same thing every day for 10 years. No challenge. And you never challenge yourself. As long as you pay your bills, you're okay. Is that in life? And you are wasting bishop time. Bishop will shout, shout, shout here. You must prosper and succeed. A mega melodia. And you are not thinking of mega anything. Yeah. Job 32 verse 8. Yeah. But there's a spirit in man, and the inspiration of the Almighty giveth them understanding. Can you see that? Inspiration of the Almighty. How can you carry the inspiration of the Almighty and be contented with the same routine every day for 5 years, 10 years? How can you carry the inspiration of the Almighty? I posted a message in Yoruba on Sunday night in my language on Facebook. I have tripod in my room, which I used to preach. As I'm talking to you now, 12,000 people have viewed it. How many? 12,000. And that message has reached over 50,000 in less than 24 hours. You challenge yourself to produce. I always tell ministers that if you are not invited, invite yourself. Create opportunity for yourself. Create what? Opportunity for yourself. Nobody can block you. You are the only one that can block yourself. Always find a way out of your problems. Always find what? Find a way out of your problem. It is your life. When situation and people create problem for you, you find a way out. Am I communicating? How can you carry the inspiration of the Almighty and be a failure? Inspiration of the Almighty. Give them what? Understanding. 1 Kings 34:39. That is what Solomon prayed for. It's worthy of all your attention. It is your money is not your problem, but the wisdom and the understanding to make the money. Money is not what? It's not the problem, but the wisdom and the knowledge and the understanding to make the money. Give therefore thy servant an understanding heart to judge thy people, that I may discern between good and bad. For who is able to judge this thy so great a people? Give thy servant an understanding heart. That was what makes Solomon the greatest king. Understanding. You need understanding to be rich, understanding of how to make money, understanding of principles of attracting money, understanding of how you can become a magnet for dollars. Understanding of how you can break through, understanding of how you can excel, understanding of how you can become top head and not the tail, understanding of how you can make the most of your certificate. Understanding of how you can make the most of the knowledge you acquire in high school and college to better your destiny. Are you just so contented to come and sit down and say, I go church? Or to hear the message that is applicable to your destiny? Every message you hear from this altar, how many of them have you applied to your life? Any message you listen to or hear that you don't apply cannot bless you. You have to, either it's one sentence or one challenge from the whole message, something must apply, something must affect you, something must push you to action. If you hear what we are saying here and nothing push you to action, then you are just wasting your time. Am I communicating? I have less than a few more minutes. 1 Chronicles 22 verse 12. 1 Chronicles chapter 22 verse 12. 22 verse 12. 1 Chronicles chapter 22 verse 12. Only the Lord give thee what? Wisdom and understanding. Those two things always go hand in hand. Where you see wisdom, you will see understanding. They are twins. Anywhere you see wisdom, you will see understanding. Anyone, anybody, any man or woman that had wisdom will always have understanding. It's not just a pressure, it's a way of life. It's a thing that you must inculcate. You must incorporate into your personal life. All this preaching you are hearing here, it's not just to entertain you. I hate going preaching because if you want to feel good. You don't go to school to be entertained in school. You go to school to be transformed, to acquire a skill, to acquire a knowledge that can make you a better person. Eduko in Greek means, education means bringing out the best from you, making you a better person. So coming to the church is not just fulfilling services, placing the bishop, they see your face, to register your presence. No. You are coming here to acquire knowledge, to acquire wisdom, to acquire power that will make you a better person, a better mother, a better father, a better a citizen of America, and a better citizen of the world. Am I talking like this? Discretion, the last one. I have spoken about wisdom, and we have seen it manifested in the life of Nathan, the way he preached the message. That's why when I see ministers all over the world, when some just talk loosely like that, and some just say some things like that, I wonder, where is wisdom in this? The presentation of messages by wisdom. It's not just quoting Bible. If you quote all the Bible without wisdom, it's just you provoke more anger than creating peace. I'm just telling you the truth. And we know it is the truth. But the way it is being presented, it don't carry wisdom. Hallelujah. Can we see the book of Psalm 112? Psalm 112 verse 5. Psalm 112 verse 5. Psalm 112 verse 5. Look at this. He has given, no, is that it? Psalm 112 verse 5. Okay. A good man, can you see? A good man sheweth favor and lendeth. He will guide his affairs. His what? His affairs with what? Discretion. He will guide his affairs with discretion. Do you know that many challenges most of us are having in life is that we do things without discretion? Everything that is right for you may not be good for you. Everything that is lawful for you may not be good for you. Am I communicating? He will guide his affairs with discretion. What is discretion? Can anybody help me go to your phone and Google discretion? Meaning of discretion? Anybody here can just help me just go to Google and just put it meaning of discretion. What is discretion? If you have seen it, just help me raise your hand to read for us. I have seen born again without discretion. I have seen anointed people speaking in tongue without discretion. I have seen people fighting without discretion. The freedom to decide what can be done in what? A particular, you know when to keep quiet and you know when to talk. Discretion guide you. You know that this kind of information is private. I must not make it public. This person confide in me. I must not embarrass this person here. Can you read it again? Read again. The freedom. From the beginning.
The quality of behaving or speaking in such a way as to avoid causing offense.
Causing what?
Offense.
Causing what?
Offense.
Causing what?
Offense.
You should know that this thing, if I say utter this, the way I am angry now, if I should speak, I will create more trouble. Discretion will guide you to leave the sin and not break the home and come back later to express yourself. That is discretion.
Or revealing private
Information. You don't get angry to the point of you begin to refuse to say, Chibi, you told me about him, about her. Did you tell me? Are you? Did you tell me like that? Is this? Did you say it? Patricia, you didn't tell me. You told me now. You know, not you. And the person will look like this. So already no discretion. No what? No. Proverbs chapter 1 verse 4. As I round up. So many times we claim to become born again, so righteous, so sanctimonious, so holy, that we forget discretion in our dealings. We are too conscious of our own selves, not minding how other people feel. To give what? Subtlety to the simple. To the young man, knowledge and what? Discretion. How many young men today have discretion? Even old men. How many young people today have knowledge and have discretion? They may have knowledge. They don't apply the knowledge with discretion. I may know all the whole Bible. If I don't preach with discretion, I may not gather crowd. Proverbs chapter 2 verse 11. Are we getting something tonight? When you are speaking in tongues without discretion. Relating with friends without discretion. Even with your own husband or wife without discretion. Discretion has saved me from many problems. Knowing what to say and what not to say. There are some things that no matter the pressure, I will not talk. Remember David, when he was in that country, where the king said, go and arrest him and bring him here. Was that David he sang about? Say yes, go and bring him. When they came to David, how did he behave? He behaved like a foolish person, like an imbecile. When they dragged him to the king, hey, hey, the king said, is this the person that Saul is pursuing? I don't need this kind of person in my palace. Push him out. When they pushed the man out of the city, you know that in those days, the Assyria always have war. As they are pushing, he said, I not go, I will not go. I am king of your country. Say, mad person, go. When they push him out like this, and he make the first corner, and second corner, he look back and speed off. Discretion guided him to know when to fight and when not to fight. Discretion should guide you to know when to fight and when not to fight. To know when to keep quiet and when to talk. And when you are talking, to know what to talk. See 2 verse 11. Discretion shall do what? Many people have been exposed to problem because they lack discretion. Many have been are imprisoned because they lack discretion. Many have lost their finances. Many have lost a lot of things. Lost their joy, lost their partner because they lack discretion. Discretion shall preserve thee. Understanding shall keep thee. Discretion shall preserve thee. Understanding shall keep thee. Somebody went to a store and I picked some things there, some face towels and so on like that. And they approached him, say, why are you taking this? He said, it is illegal. Is it not lawful for me to take it? This is a private store where they do businesses, and you are talking about lawful. Is it government property? It is not a government property. And you are asking, is it not lawful for me to take it? Is it illegal to take it? Lack of discretion. As I round up now, Proverbs 3:21. Proverbs 3:21. 3:21. My son, let not them depart from thy eyes. Keep sound wisdom. And what? He said, keep it. Just don't hear it in the church. Don't see what I'm talking about as a just message. A pastor must preach, they are preaching. It's not message. I'm not here to give message. I'm here to impart you with things that can affect your life positively. I am here to let you know things that can make you become what heaven wants you to become. It's not just preaching to make you happy. It's a thing to learn and do. He said keep it. Not just come and hear it and write it down. Keep it. Keep it and practice it. Put them to use at work. Put them to use at home. Put them to use in the church. Let them guide your relationship association with other people. Keep sound wisdom and discretion. Proverbs 19:11. 19:11. The discretion of a man deferreth his anger, and it is his glory to pass over a transgression. It is not everything you talk. It is not every error you say you talk. And it is his glory, your glory, to pass over a transgression, to overlook some things. You mustn't be too sanctimonious. You mustn't be too righteous. If heaven touchlights your life in secret, they will see a lot of error you keep. And it is his glory. It is your own glory not to be too nosy. The discretion of a man defer his anger. You don't get angry against everything. Even though they may have done what is not good, but keep your anger to yourself. Show some understanding. Show some compassion. Don't act as if you are too holy and you can't commit error. So other people are sinners. The discretion of a man defies his anger. Give me a New Living Translation. Sensible what? Sensible people control their temper. Sensible people control their anger, temper. They earn respect by overlooking wrongs. They earn what? By what? But every wrong you see, you mention. Every wrong you see, you poke nose. Let's rise up. Are you blessed today? Amen. Sensible people do what? Control their temper. They earn respect by overlooking wrongs. Some people, I have seen places